Hey, good evening, everybody. Gonna kick it around for a little bit and just kind of wait around for some people to jump in. As soon as some people jump in here, we'll get the topic, get the things moving. Like the description says, open topic. Anybody can join the panel. And if you're on the block list, you probably should be there, and you're not going to come on. But 99% of the people are there, not on the block list. So people come up, say hi, say what's going on, what's new in their life. Any topics, fair game. Hey, Steve Mayo. What's going on with Steve Mayo? First in the house. What's going on, Steve? Oh, that's right. I haven't even pinned the link. Look at that. Look at this. Playing a rookie move. Haven't even pinned the link on the chat yet. Wow. Let's see if we can get that done at least. Take me a minute because I wasn't prepared. See, these rookies that come in, they're not prepared. They don't know what they're doing yet. God, irritating. These rookies. And then they turn it on. They still got their volume up so you can hear them open up. I don't know. I hate rookies. That's all I can say. It seems to be like I'm the biggest rookie today. Hey, Rosalind, how you doing? Okay, there is the... Oh, no, that's not the one I want pinned up there. Dag bang it. Oh, I got to put it in here first. Everybody say hi to Rosalind. Rosalind is new to this. Well, she's not new to it. She's been around for a while, but she's asked me to help her out and help get her channel going. So that's what I've been doing, trying to get her channel going for her. So, okay, now replace the pin. See if that, yes. So if anybody who would like to come up on the panel, feel free to come up on the panel. Rosalind, if you want to come up and say hi, feel free to do so. Get rid of that. Like I say, Rosalind is new to having her own channel in the way that she really hasn't been trying to grow the channel. But Rosalind is a single mother with the cutest little baby you ever see. Cute little girl. And she's lives in a, well, I don't know the best way to put it, but in a pretty rundown home that's basically built out of whatever material they could find. And she's trying to build a new home. So she's trying to increase the membership, or well, not membership, but the subscribers of her channel. So if anybody wants to go over, let me find Jocelyn. I mean, yeah, here we go. Don't mind me. I'm talking to myself. Rosalind. Oh, I just saw it and I went right by it. Don't mind me, Rosalind. I'm showing my rookiness right now. My rookiness. I haven't been doing these for a long time, Rosalind. So that's why it takes me a little bit to get things done here. Okay, I'm going to put her. Yes, please go there. Now, Rosalind, I've been trying to tell Rosalind about that's her link right there. Hopefully I got it in there right. I've been trying to tell her about moderators and stuff in her chat. Bell Admin is a moderator. If you pay attention to what Bell does, this is what a moderator does. They go through the chat. They make sure everybody's behaving. They slap the ones that are misbehaving. And Bell Admin, if you could get Bell Admin to be one of your moderators, absolutely. Bell is one of the top rate moderators. So if you can ever get him to be one of them, I would absolutely support that a bit. Look, Bell has already been there and subbed. Look at that. So everybody else, if you get a chance, just run over and check it out. She could use the subscribers. She was at 635, and in 24 hours, we were managed to get her over 1,100 subscribers. So we really busted our buns, her and I, to get her 1,100 subscribers. So right now she has the amount of subscribers she needs, but she needs the watch hours. So if anybody has a computer they're not using, turn that computer on, and what you do is hit the play all on her watch list. Hit the play all and just let it run overnight or something. Give her some watch hours. If we had 100 people, through her channels up overnight, and that would build up a lot of watch hours for her. So if anybody got a chance to do that, she would greatly be appreciative to it. Now, Rosalind, if you want to come up on the panel, on the very top of the chat, there's a link. You hit that, and you can come up on panel. I've got this set up that you can come up on panel. So feel free to do so. The link is there up at the top, and you can come up and say hi, and let everybody know what you're doing. She's building her own house. So she's buying blocks. Whenever she's got extra money, she buys the cement blocks. Bell Admin says he'll help with the watch hours starting tonight. See that, Rosalind? I told you come over to my chat. You come up here on panel, and you'd find a lot of people up here that are willing to help you out. They're willing to give you some watch hours and so forth. There's an awful lot of good people. Mass Troll Report. Hey, how you doing, Rebel? That guy's Rebel. Rebel, if you get a chance, Jocelyn's in here. We just put her link up here. And see that Bell Admin put a better one than I did. That's pretty typical. I don't know how to put. Like I said, I don't know. I do it, but he's so much better at it than I am. Not much. The link is at the top of the chat. If anybody who wants to come up, hopefully Rosalind can figure out how to hit that and come on up on panel here. Yeah, she's a good person. She's got a cute little baby girl, adorable little baby girl. You know me, I've got all three of my daughters. Kids are all daughters, so I got a little affection for these women with little girls, because I know what they're going through. Yep, just hit that and come on right up on panel. See, Rosalind hasn't been doing panels. Rosalind lives up on top of a mountain. She's what you would call I can't remember, a province. She's what they'd refer to as a province girl. In other words, she doesn't live near the city. She lives, a ways away from the city. Like for her to go to Cebu City, it takes her about an hour. So where she is up there, she doesn't always have really good connection and so forth. But the other day, if you watch one of her subs, one of her lives, I guess it's one of her videos. They were carrying cement blocks up the hill by hand. And check out the guy that she had carrying those cement blocks. Amazing what that kid could do. I sent a little donation for her to buy some more cement blocks. I figured what the heck. I threw a little bit of donation. So if any of you here that feel like you want to throw her a few bucks, feel free to. Her, matter of fact, maybe I'll see if I can find her PayPal. Maybe we'll throw her PayPal up here for heck of it. Ain't gonna hurt anybody. Throw a few bucks. I think we all probably got enough. We can throw a couple bucks to her. She's a good girl. There's a couple of people I've been helping out. That's what I've been doing lately, mostly helping out with. This is her email, so you can, if I can. Copy address. Don't save. See, here I am now with Rosalind watching me now today. She's going to say, I don't want that fool doing my help me out in my life. He don't have no idea what the hell he's doing. Well, I probably have forgotten more than most people know. Okay, this is her email if you want to send her. She doesn't have a PayPal me. I'll be setting her up a PayPal me. So next time around, you'll be able to hit the PayPal me to send her a few bucks. But she doesn't have much money. Well, she doesn't have any money. She doesn't have any money. From where she is now, there's really not. You can't get in. What's the matter? Did I hit the wrong? Did I put the wrong link up there? AD win. Let's see if that's the same one. You never know. I could have put the wrong link. I can't even get to the Dagmine thing. Where is it? Let me see what. Yeah, that's the same one. That should be one. That should take you through a StreamYards, and then once you hit that StreamYards, you just follow the instructions through the StreamYards. I don't know if you've ever. I don't think you've ever been on a multiple panel, have you? Yeah, if you want to go over to her channel, she's got. Don't mind me, I started a little bit. If you go over to her channel, she's got a PayPal over there. You can hit that PayPal over there. But she's a good girl. Like I said, I threw a few bucks. I figured what the heck. She was in need, and I hate to see a baby go hungry. So, but yep. So that's what we've been doing. We've been playing around, getting her channel set up. We got her the 1,000 up. I have PayPal. We got her the 1,000 subs. And we actually got almost 1,200 now. That was a chore. You guys know I'm pretty tricky about getting that done. What else do you want to say about yourself, Rosalind? She's been doing the vlog for a little while, but she didn't know how to get the word out so that people could find her. And so I helped her with that. And so hopefully she can get a little bit more traffic and so forth. But also on my community page, I put a link to her and another girl on the community page that, not to mention she's a hottie, just saying. I didn't even notice. Is she pretty? I've been so busy I hadn't even noticed. I haven't even seen what she looked like. You're right, Steve. She is a hottie. And she's single. That's the better part, Steve. Single and ready to mingle. Well, she is a beautiful, beautiful young girl. I don't know if she wants me to tell you, but she's 28 years old. I don't know if she wanted me to tell you that, but 28. 28 gorgeous. Oh, man, I'll tell you. She showed me the backyard and the area where she lives. She lives up on this mountain, and you talk about gorgeous views and beautiful landscape. And I'll tell you, these people who want to live in the city, and you see a place like that, and you understand, I would love to help everybody, but I'd have to give everybody a nickel, and that would help everybody. Yeah, so see, that's my problem. See, that's what all I can do is give a nickel here and a nickel there. Oh, I think there's something brewing between Steve and Rosalind now. Maybe there's a love connection there. There you go. Yeah, people. Someday, maybe what I'll do. Oh my God! Now Steve's gonna start showing off his Tagalog. Yes, he knows Tagalog. He's gonna show off. He knows he speaks better than I do Tagalog, so he's gonna show off now. Sometime maybe what I'll do is I'll have her do a little live around her house, and I'll do a joint live with her. so people can see about where she lives, because we never see places like that. I mean, I have, because I've been to Central America and I've been to the Philippines, so I can imagine it. But when you see it, it's so amazing. The type of houses they live in, half of them are they're just bamboo homes, bamboo houses with sometimes cardboard, sometimes just wood up on the wall. Sometimes they'll take bamboo and weave it all together, and they'll use that for their wall material and so forth. Make a wall out of weaving bamboo. Hey, Jessica Stone, what's going on? Jessica Stone, another long-term person. She's been with me long time, long time. Yeah, Jessica, we're introducing you to Rosalind PhD vlog. She has her own vlog that she does in the Philippines. And she's going to start doing some interviews. So that's going to be interesting. She's going to be doing on-the-street interviews. I think you're doing one sometime here, aren't you? Aren't you doing one soon here, Rosalind? But she's going to be doing on-the-street interviews, going down the street, meeting a young lady, and interview that young lady. I think that's going to be fun as hell, watching, just somebody walking down the road and meet somebody and just start, interviewing them and so forth. Interviewing them and so forth. You see, that there are some people that are doing that, but she's up. What I encourage her to do is, I would love if she would interview people in the village where she lives. Interview them about their life. What do they do for work? How do they make their income? How do they get their food? How do they grow food? Like the other day, she went to get something to go with her rice, and she's going out back and picking water spinach from behind her house and taking it inside and washing it and cooking it and so forth. That's pretty amazing to us. Now, not so much to me, because I lived off the land myself, so I'm familiar with doing that. But to other people, who have never done that, that's pretty amazing. It's like me with the deer. I've got the deer out in my backyard every day, and during the winter months and so forth, I feed them, and people get amazed to see those deer out there. It's just different stuff. Like where she is, it's all mountain ranges, and some of the views of of the mountain ranges and the valleys and so forth. It's gonna be fun connecting her up with this community. She won't be doing the type of stuff, nothing about the audits or any of that, but it'll be fun to having something new in the community. Just something new to see, something new to watch in the community. It's going to be great, I think. So hopefully everybody goes over and subscribes to her. And when you see her live, go over and encourage her. Like I say, she's new. When you see she's live, go over and encourage her and cheer her on. She does a good job. She was singing. The last live that I caught her on, she was singing Christmas carols. And the girl's got a beautiful voice, I'll tell you. She's got the voice of an angel, like I say. But yeah, she was singing Christmas carols and so forth. That was kind of cute. But no, it's an interesting life in the Philippines. It's nothing like what we have. If we see our homeless, we have to understand that there are people here feeding the homeless. There's people doing stuff for the homeless. You're not going to starve to death here in the States, but I don't know why you're not being able to get in there. I'll have to figure out what's the matter. Can somebody else, Bell, or one of you guys, Steve, or can one of you guys try to get in, see if it's just her or if it's a system there today. Try to get into the panel. Hey, Swami, how you doing, buddy? How you been? See, it's funny seeing, because a lot of the other lives have gone. They're not around anymore. So it's fun seeing people coming into the lives that would normally be in another live somewhere. They'd be busy in another live. Like Swami. Swami doesn't usually come in our live. He's usually busy in other lives. So it's fun to see somebody like him. Belle, did you try to come into the panel? Somebody try to come into the panel so I can see whether it's... Oh, I agree 100%, Steve. And until people have been to a third world country, and really see how they live, see that there's, people starve to death. It's not... Well, Mr. Mayo's here. Well, Mr. Mayo come up here, so I don't know what's wrong, Rosalind.
Yeah, the link worked for me, so.
Yeah.
How you doing, Brian?
Not too bad. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I agree with what you were saying about until people have traveled, they don't have any idea what it's like. Well,
Yeah, I brought my sons over to Southeast Asia when they were pretty young, 16 and 18, and yeah, they really appreciated what they had when they came back,
Oh yeah, let's see who this is. Storm and Norman, what are you up to? Hello, Storm and Norman. I figured that was going to be a pawn. See, Rosalind, that's also what we do right there. As you learn to protect yourself from porn bombs. Porn bomb is when somebody comes up and they'll show themselves and try to destroy your life. I was telling her a lot of the stuff that you have to deal with once you get over 1,000 subs. When she was at 500-600 subs, it's not a big deal. But when you start getting up into this higher numbers, people trying to tear you down and stuff. So,
yeah, jealousy is kind of one of those things,
her idea with this YouTube is she's hoping to get to where she can obviously be monetized, and she's hoping that she can earn a little bit of money, because where she lives, there's nothing for jobs and so forth. She's hoping that she'll be able to earn a little money through YouTube, which you can. I mean, it's a hard job. You really have to work at it. Really have to be busy on it and so forth. But at least maybe she can earn enough money to feed her daughter and finish her house up. I don't know where she's at as far as blocks and so forth, but she's been buying hollow blocks. And God, I'll tell you what, you watch one of her videos where they're carrying these blocks up the friggin' hill. Hey, crazy Frenchman, what's going on? But she's carrying blocks up this hill and so forth, from where they dropped them off. And I was like, oh my God, what it would be to be young again and foolish and doing that. That's why I'm in the shape that I am,
Run up mountains with carrying cinder blocks. I remember back then.
Well, I was a hunter and a trapper, and I mean, I would take off with a big backpack full of traps and go walk a mile on one side the river, cross the river, walk a mile back on the other side, setting traps, and not think a thing about it. And then every day go back and check those traps every day and not think a thing about it.
Yeah.
Brian, did you get a deer this year? I didn't get out to go hunting. My daughter wouldn't let me shoot any of the deer behind the house. They come right up to the back of the house every day, right during daylight. There's two big does and two big bucks out there. She wouldn't let me shoot either of them. She's starting feeding them now here, and you can start feeding them in December. So she's starting to feed them again. But it's funny that is one of those does will drive one of those bucks out of there so quick. Evidently, I think that's her fawn from last year. But I still got some meat in the freezer though, Frenchman. I got 3 deer one year, and threw it in my mother's freezer. And she ate on it for 2 years, and last year, that was 2 years ago. Last year, she was telling me, there's a little bit in there if you want it. I went down there and looked, and I bet there wasn't a dozen packages left. She ate 3 deer, for Christ's sakes, in 3 years. I couldn't believe it.
Well, it didn't go to waste. That's good.
Yeah, wow. And those aren't little deer either. She's leaving for Florida in the morning. I'll tell you, it must be nice. I love to hunt deer, just can't clean it. First time I went to with a knife and oh yeah, oh my God! I tell you a story about when we went moose hunting. My father got a moose permit, and it bothers my father. My father just about puke every time he cleans a deer out. Well, he got a moose permit and shot the deer, and he shot the deer behind the shoulder, near the heart. But of course, it bounced around inside and it tore the heck out of the stomach. And when he opened that thing up, he went off to the side and just started puking, couldn't finish it up, and I had to clean it out for him. But oh my God, I wished we'd had video, the way we do now on phones, so I could have caught that. That was the funniest thing, see him over there puking. He never did have a good stomach for cleaning out deer, though. It's fun watching him, though. Now, do you hunt, Steve?
I'm not against hunting or anything. I just haven't.
Yeah.
I fish.
Yeah, you fish. Yeah, I love to fish. I just because I haven't been able to walk much, I don't get out fishing very much anymore. But
what? I did some pheasant hunting.
Oh yeah.
No big game or anything.
Yeah.
Pheasant, dove, stuff like that.
Yeah, I usually rough grouse are what we call partridge here. I usually tell people rough grouse because outside of Maine and New Hampshire, nobody knows what the hell a partridge is, it seems. But I hunt partridge around, and we don't have that many pheasant anymore. They basically, we used to have a lot of them, but they all got hunted out and so forth.
Yeah.
So how's the fishing where you are?
It's really good. You just can't eat them. That's all. They have too much mercury in because of the gold rush and the mercury in the water and all that. So
yeah,
you can't really eat them. You could, but you're not supposed to. But you could.
Yeah, they tell us you should only eat so many a year because of the mercury rain, acid rain, and the mercury and stuff. But I don't know. I don't bother. If I get a couple of fish, I'm gonna eat the damn things. I don't give a damn. My biggest thing is smells. I love freaking smells. When my friends go out smelting, I'm always begging them to bring me some smelts. So give me some smelts. I love them freaking little things. Because I just fry them right up. I don't take the heads off anything. Fry them right up, crispy, and just freaking munch them. Heads and all. I like the damn.
Yeah, I wish fish taste like hamburgers. I'd be fishing a lot more.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're not so good. I can eat it, but it wouldn't be my first choice at all.
Yeah,
I'd rather eat something else.
I don't know. We eat a lot of fish here because my wife being Filipino, that's most of the dishes that she makes are Filipino dishes. She cooks American once in a while, but most is Filipino dishes. And they, as you know, use a lot of fish and pork.
I was trying to think of that noodle dish. I'm really bad with names.
Pancit.
Yeah, pancit.
Yeah, pancit. Yeah.
Pancit, adobo, lumpia.
Lumpia, yeah. Lumpia is the robot one.
Today I went and bought 4 packets of lumpia wrappers.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm going to be rolling lumpias all morning.
You're going to be making lumpia?
Yeah. Well, I already made the filling. Then I couldn't get the wrappers, so I froze the filling, and then now I'm thawing it out.
Yeah.
I
Well,
finally got that.
if you put, if you leave that right in the refrigerator or the freezer and let that get really cold, it's easier to work with than it is if it's warm, because when that is warm, it's sticky and so forth. That's what I always see my. Hey, the AFA crew, what's up? Why is New York main channel blocked in chat? Why is who? New York main channel. I have no idea why it would be blocked in chat. Blocked in chat. Let's check that out. Blocked in chat. Is that this? God, I have to remember how to freaking check that now. See.
So Brian, what part of the Philippines is your wife from?
My wife is from above. My house starts to build. Rosalind's in. My house starts to build this coming Tuesday. Well, make sure you live that. Do a live or do a video of that when they start building it. My wife is north of Manila. It's about 2 or 3 hours north of Manila in La Union. From to give you an idea, it's Buwang, but we are about 45 minutes from Baguio. So we go to Baguio every now and then. It's a lot cooler up there because it's up on top of the mountain. Which I'd have to figure where Rosalind lives. Must be cool because she lives right up on top of the mountain. So that must be cooler over there.
Yeah, last time I was in the Philippines, we were driving and I was going up towards Angeles City because I don't know, that's what guys do. And we passed like 2 volcanoes on the way that you could see all off in the distance that were like smoking and active,
Yeah.
So the mountains would have me a little nervous, but at least those mountains.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you drive up to Baguio, I don't know about where you are, but when we drive up to Baguio, that, like you say, you've got the friggin' the road is right beside the drop off of the cliff, and you're looking down through several thousands feet and so forth. Probably like a pancake, but only cooks on one side. I will, but I have a few materials. I'm hoping to get more. Well, go make sure you do lives. Oh, AFA, I'm trying to figure out. I can't remember how I got to mess with this. I'll figure it out. There's no reason why you should be blocked.
There's a lot of that going around. People are blocked and nobody blocked them. And
well, StreamYards has been changing a lot of shit. And there's a lot of, because I don't have hardly anybody blocked in my block list right now. I mean, there's might be a dozen. And those are trolls that just keep coming in to mess around, and that's it. They're not really trying to help out or do anything. So
I mod on several channels, so when I'm on some other forum or something, and someone's being an idiot in chat, I can't block them because, well, if they come over to one of my channels that I mod, I won't be able to see them.
Yeah.
Thing. So I don't have anybody blocked.
Well, no, what I block is on StreamYards or on YouTube, so I can still see them when they're in chat and so forth. I figure out how to do that. Remember how the hell to do it. See, this is what happens when you only come live about once every friggin'
forget how to do
3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, I forget how to monkey around with the stream. Like I said, I've forgotten more than most people probably know about the damn things. But, oh, I bet it's they're in settings. I bet it's right here. Guess. Tonic.
I wish I could speak more Tagalog, but I'm still in the process of learning Thai, which I'm intermediate, but I'm not expert or anything. I'm not fluent, but I'm getting really good. But I can only do one language at a time. And when I started learning Thai, I used to be able to speak pretty good Spanish, but I can't do that anymore. I can't even order a taco from the taco truck without throwing Thai words in there.
Throwing some Thai words in. It's like I don't speak Spanish. I speak Spanglish. You know, about 2 words of Spanish and 6 words of English in there, or it could be Ingspang, I guess. Ingspang. All right, let's see if I can go in here and do what. All right, so I know what he's talking about now. I thought he meant that he was blocked to come up on panel or something. Settings.
The link worked for me. I guess it works. If it worked for me, it should work for everybody.
See if AFA or AFA crew. Well, there's more people here than I thought there was. I may have to go through this sometime. And accountability for all right there. You are in there, accountability. Why the hell is that? Okay, try it now. Josh, see if you can come in now. That should be. Who's texting me?
Give it a try, Josh.
Rhea.
It takes a minute to channels and all that.
Bye-bye.
It takes me a few minutes because I'm an old guy, but
yeah, I did it. Now, once I understood that you meant you were blocked in YouTube, I thought you meant you were blocked in the in StreamYards. I just removed you from. I don't know why you were blocked there, but try it now. See if you can. How do you like?
Yeah.
How do you like?
And yeah,
check mark?
Check mark looks handsome on you.
What do you mean check mark?
After his name, there's a check mark built into his name.
Oh, yeah. Hey, weirdo, what's going on? See, this is what I like. There's not very many lives going on now, so a lot of new people coming in that aren't on other lives that are coming in. Like I say, AFA, we're trying to get subs for once you hit 100K, you get the verification. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I checked the other day there, accountability, and I see that you were at 100K now. Congratulations on that. That's a hell of a milestone. I wonder.
Yeah, you get a check and don't you get a play button, silver play button or something?
Well, usually they get some sort of a medal or something.
Yeah,
I thought they did.
Silver play button.
Oh, is it? I read somewhere where they say only 15% of the Facebook. I'm sorry, of YouTube channel people make it to even 1,000 subscribers. They say a very, very, very small percentage. I couldn't believe where it was. Just like 15% or something stupid like that.
Yeah, I got about 250, I think. I don't know, but I don't even really want subscribers. Yeah. I mean, I won't turn them down, but
yeah. Josh says, "Oh yeah, I saw the other day Anna was at 5,000. I think isn't No Name like 4,000 or something like that? I was surprised. See, he's way, way, way up there now." Well, I see a lot of the auditors have got big numbers now. There must be more people are starting to get many paying for. Oh, they're paying for subs. You know, people have been saying that for years. I don't know whether or not it does them any good or not. Oh, there's my wife telling her daughter to go to bed. She caught her saying hi. She should have never said hi. She's sending me pictures. She's out with her friends tonight. These are her friends.
Huh.
So they're out bar hopping tonight, her and her friends.
Baba A. Maganda. Beautiful girls.
Yeah, very maganda. And this is the she'll kill me for sending this picture. This is the picture she sent to her mother, and then she wonders why her mother says go to bed. My God, she looked freaking scary. Now, if you saw that, would you say that's a beautiful young girl? Oh, no. She finds out that I just showed that picture.
I would say yeah. She looks a little tired, but she's beautiful.
Yeah.
Can't hide beautiful.
Anymore. To be honest with you, Josh, I don't see when you're live. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to look. Maybe I've taken the bell and changed it to another one. Yeah, I saw that you did a post. I don't remember when it was, but I saw you did a post in Waterboro. I think it was Waterboro, Maine. I think I saw that one. Yeah, you were in Maine and you didn't even contact me. Yeah, what a prick. See, no, you don't have to contact me when you're in Maine. Fuck no. Don't worry about it. I don't fucking care. Doesn't bother me a fucking bit. That's the part I love about not being monetized now. I can say whatever the fuck I want. If I want to tell somebody to go fuck off, I can tell somebody to go fuck off. I love it. Love it. Love it. The monetization, I mean, all I can figure is right now, I bet he wouldn't tell us if I asked him. But I would dare bet that Accountability for All, with the amount of subscribers he's got right now, because he's one of the best that I've ever seen as far as making money on the ad space, doing the ads and so forth. I would dare say he's averaging at least 10 to 15,000 a month. I bet he's doing 10 to 15,000 a month. Because he's getting like, what did I see, 30, 40,000 viewers each video. Some of them are even higher than that to him. So yeah, he's got to be. Well, you figure even just now, even just for the YouTube at $10 per 100. Oh, it's the wife.
There's that thing that you could buy a 1 square foot of land in Scotland, and then you can call yourself a lord, kind of a thing.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's such a scam.
KY did that. Him and Bud both did that. Now they call themselves lords.
Lords.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a scam thing going on. It's a company in Hong Kong doing that.
Is it really?
Yeah.
There's a scam in so many different ways that, oh my God, I could never keep up with them.
Yeah. What do you do?
I know it.
I'm
just not good at it. Otherwise, I'd probably be doing it with the rest of them. I'd never get away with it. They'd see it in my face. I'd be. Less than 17, more than 13. That's what you mean. I figured it had to be around that because I was thinking, Josh, of what you were doing before when you and I were hanging out. So I figured it had to have been around 15, 10 to 15. So I was pretty damn close. So that let me think. So Jocelyn, if you're still in here, say hi. Say hi to AFA. So just to give her an idea of how much money that is.
How many pesos would that be? That'd be a lot.
Jocelyn, he's making 840,000 pesos a month. Could you live on 840,000? Look a fucking king on that much. There's a guy, Tim K, his name is, and he does stuff all around the Philippines, and he's an ex-Marine. He left the U.S., went to and he's not that old, just in his 30s. He left the U.S. He went to Philippines in Duarte, and he got married, met a girl there, and got married. And he's got like 107. No, he's got 170,000 or something. A big amount, anyways. And his views on his videos, I got it. I mean, I've seen some of them over 100,000. So he's got to be doing at least that. Wow, that's great for Anna. I'm glad to hear that. I'm sure that helps out with her and the kids a lot. See, Anna had a nice little setup there because she was doing that DoorDash or something that she was doing, and she was doing videos off of that. She's getting good off of that. But
I watched quite a few of those.
All right.
I don't know. It's just kind of fun watching DoorDash or Grubhub or whatever she's doing.
Yeah. Well, accountability for all. I'm going to hook you up with Rosalind, and you can tell her how to do it because she needs it to be able to live in the Philippines. You tell her how to do it. And I'll hook you up with her. I might get back into it. I'm feeling better. My health is getting better. As you can say, I'm not wearing my oxygen. I don't have to wear oxygen. You can probably tell by my voice. My voice is so much better than what it used to be. So I might. The only thing is now my legs, I'm not able to walk very much anymore. So if I was to do it, I would have to do it with my electric wheelchair, which I have an electric wheelchair sitting right there beside me. So yeah, but I think that I should do auditing government buildings as far as ADA. What was it? There was a retired veteran, an injured veteran that was doing that, a blind veteran that was doing the ADA stuff, and it was interesting watching his. He'd go down the road, and if there was a tree that was out hanging over the walkway, and he would hit it because he's blind, he can't see it, and he'd bump into the tree. He'd go in and tell him, "Hey, you've got this tree. It's hanging out over the walkway, and blind people like me don't realize it's there." And it was real interesting watching his stuff. That's something maybe. Wife. See, she's bragging to me. She's at another friend's house. They're over there. They're having a birthday party, some sort of a party.
Nice.
Once in a while, her and her friends like to go out. And I mean, I don't care for them, go out and enjoy herself. My God, she's 44 years old. She, doesn't have to be tied in the friggin' house every day of the week. So once a month or twice a month, her and her friends get together and they'll go to Lewiston or Portland and they'll go bar hopping and
Yeah, when your kids are really, really small, it's tough to get out, but Bria's getting up there a little bit, and she can take care
Yeah.
of herself, and you could, you know,
Well,
maybe.
yeah, like you say, she's old enough to basically you could leave her by herself, but I'm here, and it helps to, helps to have her here to help me, and of course
Yeah.
I'm here to supervise her. So exactly. Let me take this opportunity to thank the Boston PD for the 200K they just settled with me for. Oh, really? They ended up settling with you? Cool. Great. I,
Yeah, I saw Josh's, which I haven't seen very many of his audits, but I saw one like a week or two ago. He was with somebody, and he just handles it so well. He's a smooth operator. He just
if you get a
handles it.
chance,
Yeah.
if you get a chance, he did one in Maine. Must have been last week, and he posted it up. I don't know if he posted it today or this week, but that's a good one too. You got to check that one out. It's a Waterboro, Maine. I think it was Waterboro, Maine that he did a good one. That was a good one. And I can't remember what was the guy's name there, Josh, that you were with. And I didn't remember. Remember the Jersey cop you filmed with me that said I must be dealing drugs. Oh yeah, yeah. Again.
Went hands on,
Oh,
200 grand.
that guy. That's the guy. Oh man, he was a tyrant. We were filming in this jackass. I don't know why. He didn't want us to stand on the corner. Yeah, it was in Boston, not Jersey. We were in Boston, and I was using my walker, going around. And he was being an asshole because we were so slow going across the fucking road and shit. And then he said something to Josh about Josh must be dealing drugs. And I mean, right just out of the fucking blue, he said that, because Josh had so much time on his hand, he must be a drug dealer. And Josh and I looked at each other like, where the fuck did that come from, Fuck no. He doesn't deal in drugs. He deals in views. The more views he can get, the better he does. But the thing of it is with YouTube, it's not the YouTube pay. It's the pay that you get from the AdSense and so forth. That's where
Yeah.
the money is. That's where the income is in the AdSense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what
And then
I'm
if
trying.
you, if you get enough and you get, if somebody wants to sponsor you, and then that's another big boost.
Oh yeah, well that's what some of the bigger guys are doing now. As you hear them, they're doing sponsorships, and I'd be surprised if Josh hasn't already got a deal he's cooking up with one of these companies. I would if I was him. At 100K, goddamn right, I'd be. Hey, Rosalind, right above you is Accountability for All. Say hi to Accountability for All. He is what I would say probably the best man around as far as doing what he does and making the money that he makes. He makes, what did I say it was? How much did he make?
10 to 15, he said.
He makes $840,000, 1,000 pesos a month. Each month, Rosalind, 840,000 peso. Could you live on that? You imagine live
Almost
for a whole
paid
fucking
for
year
this.
for 1 month's pay.
I'm trying to put Josh's link up there so she can just click on it and she can watch it. For some reason, I'm having a hard time with it. Because it's my phone. Oh, there it is. Paste. AFA. Paste.
I was trying to do some stuff today, and I'm like, oh my God, I haven't been on YouTube. I was trying to remember how to do stuff, and I was like, oh my God, I've forgotten so freaking much. Yeah, that's his YouTube page. Check it out, Rosalind. And Accountability for All. You should check out hers. I can live on that. Yeah, I bet. If you were making that much, I would probably come live with you on that.
Yep.
I don't know if my wife might not like that, but yeah, I can see my wife. I don't think she would be okay with that. I think she might have a problem with that.
So how does your wife like living in America, and especially up in Maine where it's cold? It must be tough for someone from the equator.
You have to remember that I met my wife in Canada. So she lived 9 hours north from me. So she got used to the cold really, really fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so she got used to the cold really fast and so forth. When I lived up there, because I lived up there for 3 years, I mean, I was, brushing the snow off the pumpkins, in October, and we would have 1-2 feet of snow by hunting season, and it was ridiculous, crazy. But
yeah, in my trips to I normally go to Thailand, but
yeah,
on my trips, you end up sitting next to someone and talking to them and stuff. And I've had 3 different girls that were sitting next to me on the plane going from here to there that said, I just can't take it. One was from Canada, one was from Washington, and one was from Northern California up here somewhere. But they said, no, it's too cold. I'm going home.
Well, I think it depends if you're outside a lot. Yeah, they probably can't handle it. Because with my work, I mean, I delivered mobile homes, modular houses. So I would deliver the house, and then once I got there with it, my brother and I would put it on the foundation, or if it was a mobile home, we'd block and level it. So I was always working outside. So I was always outside. So it can be 10 degrees below zero, and I'll run out in my truck and grab something out of my truck just in a t-shirt, and I never wear any arm sleeves. I can't stand to have my arms covered up. So I hardly ever see me in a freaking long sleeve shirt. But
I met this one girl, and she it was Pollock Pines, which is kind of near me. It's up in the mountains, which is cold, but she's like, no, the guy works all day, and he works 10 hours a day, and he wants me to sit at home and do nothing. And she's up on a mountain.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many acres they have, but no neighbors. She's like, I need to talk. I need people around. So I had to, it's not working for me. So she's on her way back.
And it's funny, like with YouTube and Facebook. Now you take somebody like Rosalind, who's living up on top of the mountain in the middle of the Philippines. She doesn't have a car. She doesn't have any transportation. You look at her small, circle of sphere of influence and so forth. What she sees, what she experiences, and so forth. And then the internet comes up, and you see something like the internet, and it's got, it gives them such an insight of what else is around them in the world and so forth, which they would normally never get to.
Right.
And if you tell them
there's some sort of community, especially out there, neighbors have to take care of each other some, and there's a community. And
to a point, the sad part about areas where she lives is there is no, as you probably know, there is no government that makes sure that everybody gets food. There's no government, they don't have food stamps. They don't have, AFDC checks. They don't have any of that. She's a single parent. She doesn't get a check from the government to live. So they basically only live on what they can make her, so forth. And where she is, there's no jobs.
A lot of hand to mouth. What you make that day is what you eat tonight. And then something like COVID comes along, and screws everything up, and then
Yeah. You got a little job you do, you make a few peso, or you sell something. If you've got fruit, or if you're raising a garden or something, you've got extra, you're selling it. I mean, that's all they end up getting. And if you look at what they live on in the course of a month, um, I don't know if Rosalind still, but I wonder how much somebody like her each month has for income to be able to live on the average. I bet it's probably, I would be surprised
a
if it's
hundred
much
dollars
more.
a month is
Oh, I
probably
bet they don't get
probably
that
high,
much. I
probably
bet
a high number.
I bet $50 a month. I
Yeah.
probably enough for, because you got to remember now, the biggest thing that they eat down there is rice. So basically, what they need to look for is, how am I going to buy my bag of rice this month, and what am I going to partner my rice with? In other words,
Yep.
what am I going to put alongside of that rice? That rice. Now, if you watch one of Rosalind's videos, you'll see her there going out behind her house, and she has water spinach back there, and she picks the water spinach and goes in and washes it and cuts it and cleans it and cooks it, and that's what she eats for that day,
Yeah.
is that rice and whatever she found outside. And
Mm-hmm.
that's basically what they eat. So you figure the price of a bag of rice, like, I don't know if she want me to say this, but you know, the other day when I gave her a little donation, like we all do, we all give each other's donations and so forth.
Yeah.
If I, like, when I hear that Bud's not doing well, I'll give him $30, $40. When I hear so and so's not doing, I'll give him $30, $40. Well, I sent her, I think it was $20, $25, something like that. Now, to you and I, we think, wow, what a cheap bastard. But for her, that's a whole bag of rice. That's a box of Pampers for the
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
To her, that's a lot of money. When
Yeah.
somebody graciously gives her $25.
And a lot of people in the Philippines that don't have an education or something, they work for very little, and they get paid once a month, and so they have to like get a tab from the local store, that they run up, and so they can have rice every day, and then
Yeah,
you get your paycheck and you give it all to them, and then you start over again. And you're always working from behind,
yeah,
kind of a thing. I've seen a
and
lot of people that to go
it,
with the rice.
yeah,
Um, they'll do coffee, and they'll put coffee on the rice for the kids
yeah,
and stuff.
yep.
You know, that'll make a
But
lot of people gasp over here, but
wow,
coffee, coffee's cheaper than fish, I guess, and I don't
yeah,
know. They put
yeah. I mean, if they're lucky enough to live
TikTok.
near the river, like you say with fish, if they're lucky enough to live near the river, maybe they've got, they're able to catch enough fish to go with the rice and so forth. But that's what it is not what am I going to eat tonight. It's, what am I going to put with my rice? What
Yeah,
do I have? Do I have a meat? Very seldom. And maybe if they've got some chicken or something,
yeah,
maybe they'll get a chance to eat
yeah.
a chicken every now and
You're
then.
not gonna make the rice in your rice cooker. You're gonna build a fire and put a pot on it.
Oh yeah, there's no rice cookers where she
Microwave.
is. Um, you know,
Yeah.
I I've seen she does lives, and I've seen the inside of her house, and I see like two light bulbs, and that's about it. Inside of her house. So I don't think that she probably has a whole bunch of rice cookers, and although I did see that it looks like she has gas that she cooks with and so forth. I think it was
Uh,
her that had the gas and so forth. But a lot of them do. That's where they have a little a little stove, and they just put pieces of wood into it to keep a fire or keep coals and so forth in there, and that's what they cook on. That's what we used to cook on when I was in El Salvador. Is
yep.
we would go out and gather up wood and then use that to cook on. We
Get
didn't
some
have any
stone,
gas.
hold your pot, make a little fire under it.
Yeah. Well, they actually have these stoves that they're made out of ceramic, in the
Yeah.
Philippines that they make, and you see them all over the place. They're just a round thing with legs on it, and so they can put their wood in the bottom of it, and then it's flat on the top, and of course it's hollow, and they'll just set their pot on it, and they're just they use that for their cooking,
Yeah.
and they're very very careful of how much wood they're burning.
Yeah. And there's nothing goes to waste there. Nothing. It's
And
like the plastic that you have left over from something you bought. That's what you start your fire with, because
yeah.
plastic catches on fire good.
Oh, she said she bought vegetables and a little fish with the money that I gave her in the rice that she wanted.
All right.
But again, like to us, you think about giving somebody $25. You think, that's such a small amount for us. But if you lived or if you have ever spent time in a third world country like the Philippines, and you see how much they do with that $25, and the way that they'll make that fish, they'll buy a fish and that fish will last them 2 or 3 meals. From head soup to you name it.
Yeah.
It's like
go to waste.
Well, it's like when they kill an animal. The intestines, we always take the intestines out and throw them away. Take the stomach out and throw it away. Everything out and throw it away. Maybe we eat the heart and liver. Maybe. Now in the Philippines, they take out the intestines. They clean out.
Like a chicken, we cut the feet off. We're not gonna do that. But everywhere where I've been, third world, chicken foot soup.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, chicken. Yeah. My wife loves chicken feet. Oh God, I all it is gristle, and I don't want to eat tendon. That's all it is tendons, and a little bit of skin over the top. So
I don't know with the billions and billions of chickens we eat in America every year. What happens to the chicken feet? What happens to the feathers? I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Well, it's like watching like my wife when we killed an animal, and cleaned out the intestines. She cooked the intestines, cleaned out the stomach, to wash it all good. She cooked the stomach. It was a pig. She cooked the stomach and she cooked the kidneys, and I mean, you name it, everything inside there. The amount that I threw away from that animal, you could carry like this, and that's how much we threw away from that freaking pig.
You can't eat the teeth, can't eat the bones, but everything else.
Oh, she cracks the bones in half and cooks them and takes
it's the
marrow out of them and makes marrow soup. Oh, just Filipinos, that's the thing about, we waste so much.
Yeah.
So much food. Like when you go to a restaurant and you see how much stuff that they throw away at a restaurant. You never see that in the Philippines. If you go to the Philippines and you watch what gets thrown away, it's empty cartons. It's empty dishes. There's no leftover stuff that people,
because a couple cats sitting by the garbage.
Well, and if there's anything,
no, we don't have
anything left over, they take it with them. They're not going to leave it there to throw into a garbage.
Right.
But we're so wasteful here that it's pretty shameful how wasteful we get.
I feel really bad. I bought a rotisserie chicken and kind of forgot about it, and it was in the fridge for like a week, and I'm like,
eat it.
I threw it away. I felt so bad.
Yeah, sure.
I felt so bad throwing it away, but it's my fault for forgetting about it. But yeah, we're pretty wasteful.
I'm not so much now, but when I was younger, if I would go hunting or something like that, I would never take food with me because I knew I was going to be killing something, and that's the way we ate. I mean, when I was a kid, we never had beef because my parents didn't have money to buy beef critter, buy any steak. So the only thing we had for meat was what we could shoot. And so whenever I'd go up, up north hunting for a week or something like that, I never took food with me. I took potatoes and vegetables with me, stuff like that, but no meat because I knew I was going to be,
Yeah,
killing something I could eat.
that's more
And
incentive for your
yeah,
hunting too.
yeah, if you're hungry, you will
Yeah.
look around. You will go out every day if you're hungry. I don't care
Yeah.
if you're drunk. You'll wake up and go and get something to eat. But yeah, I mean, we go, well, because a lot of people won't eat a raccoon or a beaver or stuff like that. But I used to get in my traps. But I always did. Heck, just as good as red meat. You take the skin off, and it's like a porcupine. People, you eat porcupine? Oh my God! I'll tell you what. If I cooked you some porcupine, or if I cooked you a beaver just one time, you'd be out porcupine and beaver hunting after that. You realize how good it is.
Yeah. And there's over 30 countries where, people eat rats or guinea
Yeah.
pigs and down
Well,
in Peru. I
I
don't know.
caught muskrat and ate muskrat. I
Yeah.
didn't like them much. I mean, they tasted okay, but to me, it was just a thought. Just
But a,
thinking it.
but a rat out in the country who's like, he's eating rice out of the field, that's a lot different than like a New York rat that's
Yeah,
eating out of dumpster
eating
or something.
garbage.
Yeah, eating
Well,
garbage. There's a big difference.
well, to me, I mean, and the thing of it is muskrat aren't really a rat. They're not part of the rat family.
Right.
So I mean, they're named wrong. They should be named something else. But I mean, it's good red meat. We'd skin them out, and it's all good red meat. And we always use their meat for trapping. We'd throw it in jars and let it ferment a little bit, and then use it for trapping and so forth. But a couple times I ate it just to see what it was like. It tastes good, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't get it into my head enough that I was eating friggin' rat. Oh, it's like when I was in Philippines and I didn't know that I ate dog. Okay, yes, I had eaten dog. Did I know I was eating dog when I started eating it? No, I did not. My father, him and I were out drinking one day, which him and I would do every now and then. I'd take him out drinking, and they had some pulutan, which, as you know, is stuff that people eat, on the bars and so forth.
Yeah.
And so I just started eating this stuff, and I'm like, it was ribs. And I said, my father-in-law told me to eat them, so I started eating them. It's free, why not? And I said to the guy at the bar, to him, these ribs are so good. I said, I've never tasted anything. I said, what do you use for a sauce? And he goes, I don't know. He says, but he says, you're eating dog, right? And my eyes got as big as friggin' saucers. No. Oh God, all I could think of is old Fido out there back.
Yeah.
And then my father-in-law started telling me, you haven't noticed that the dog that was barking out back's not barking anymore? And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Shit, like
Yeah.
he'd say shit like that to me, and I would just about friggin' vomit.
Yeah. It's funny because people they I don't know. It's like we have no problem eating pork or beef,
Yeah.
right? But nobody's
I
gonna
love
nobody.
rabbit.
As soon as you mentioned horse, everyone's like, "Oh no, 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 no! I can't eat a horse." It's like, well, it's not much different than a cow, really, right? It's kind of eats the
But
same thing, and does the same thing.
for a
I,
while there, they were selling horse around here years and years ago when I was young, a lot younger. I was in my teens, I think, maybe even preteen. And I can remember my mother going up to the IGA store in Bethel, and they had a special on horse meat. And my mother grabbed a couple of steaks and brought them home and didn't tell my father what it was. And she cooked it up, and us kids started eating one. Father started eating some, and father kept saying, "Geez, this is good," but he says it's got a funny tangy taste to it. He says, "I don't know what it is." And finally, my mother says to him, he says, she says, that could be that grease that you get off them when you get off them. He says when they get sweating, he goes, maybe it's in the meat too. My father said, what are you talking about? She goes, yeah, when you get off a horse, that sweat that's on the horse, all greasy. And my father says, what are you talking about? And all of a sudden, us kids figured out what it was. And my brother just goes, wee, like that. Oh my God. My father, like I said, my father had a weak stomach. Oh my God. My father started running for the door, holding his mouth over like this, and puked and puked. Well, he realized that my mother had cooked up horse meat and he had just eaten horse meat. Oh my God, he was so mad. I wished I could have brought
It's just
some.
odd because it's all in our head. There's no difference
Yeah.
between. I mean, there's a little difference, but cow, horse, whatever. I mean, there's
Well,
not much difference.
it's like goat meat. My
Yeah.
wife's favorite meat is goat, and I'll bet you Rosalind will tell you that she likes goat also. And
Yeah.
I was over in Philippines, and I'd never eaten goat before, and I can't remember what dish it was we had, but it usually is goat meat when you eat it. And Jesus, he cooked. My father-in-law was the one that cooked it up. He cooked that up, and I couldn't believe how good that goat is. I got to tell you a story about my father-in-law. All right. My father, you got to understand, he's probably 70. I think he's 7 years older than I am, maybe 8 years older than I am. All right. And he's in better shape than I'll ever be. This guy plays his tennis every other day. He goes out and runs every morning. Him and his wife run every morning. He actually, the funny thing is, he's all this good health and so forth. He had a heart attack. And let's just go show you. You can be in good health, buddy. You still won't get hit by the heart attack. And so him and I said to him one day, I said, let's go out and have a drink. So I said, you pick the bar this time. Well, he took me to this freaking, I can't remember what they call them. Here we call them Hoochie Coochie Bar. He took me to this strip bar, and they don't really strip down there, but they'll show you a little bit. And you buy drinks for the girls that are in there. And that's what their job is to get you to buy drinks because they get a percentage of the drinks. Well, we had another one of his friends with him, with my father-in-law. Well, we were getting ready to leave Philippines. And so I had all this Filipino money. I had all these pesos on me. So I had to get rid of them. So I walked in and I said to the bartender, I says, I want 5 of the prettiest girls you've got in this bar. I says, I want you to give them all drinks and I want you to send them over to this table over here. I says, and start me a bar tab. And he started me, and I give him my credit card, and he started me a bar tab. And I'll tell you what, my father-in-law and his friend, I never seen them guys laugh and hoot so much in my life. And they all knew him. When they all walked up to the table, they knew him by name. So obviously he'd been there enough times.
He's been there a couple of times.
Yeah. And so because you could, when you buy drinks there, you can buy a drink for like less than $1. So I was buying these girls' drinks, which are a little bit more expensive because you're paying for the girl to be there at the table. And
she gets the 20 pesos or something.
Yeah. But I think I spent $30 equivalents to $30. And we all had, I don't know how many drinks, and the girls had drinks. And we had a hell of a time for 2 or 3 hours. I think it might have been 40, but it was like $30, $40.
Yeah.
And it's just ridiculous. I went up to Baguio one time, went into a bar, and I asked the guy for a Long Island iced tea. And he said, would you like it by the pitcher or the glass? And I said, what? He goes, we serve it by the pitcher or we serve it by the glass. I said, what's the price difference? He says 100 pesos, which is 50 cents. 100 pesos. I said, give me the pitcher. And I sat there and I drank 3 pitchers of Long Island iced tea. I don't know how many of you know what Long Island iced tea is, but it's all alcohol with just a squirt of Coke to give it the iced tea look. And I'll tell you what, when I get up, because I was with my wife and I'm with now, we had just gone back there on vacation. When I get up, that's when they all hit me. And oh my God, those three friggin' pitches. And of course, all these Filipinos are urging me on to drink more, drink more. I was buying everybody at the table. There's a bunch of, came up and joined us. So I was buying everybody at the table. I'm very generous when I'm in the Philippines. And, but yeah, so I was buying drinks for everybody and Long Island iced teas for me. And oh, what a friggin' time. I don't know why I don't live there. I should live there. If it wasn't for my daughter not being able to do the elite gymnastics because we've looked and looked and looked and we can't find anywhere where there's a gymnastics trainer at her level. They're all just the intermediate level, the beginner level.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is at the elite level like she is. If she could find a trainer there, I probably would live there. I'd probably be living in the house because we had an 8-bedroom house over there.
I'm gonna retire. I'm guessing Thailand because
yeah.
I do like the Philippines a lot, but I speak Thai, so.
Well, I've heard a lot of good stuff about Thailand, and I've heard people that go there, and their biggest complaint was the language. But if you're learning the language, then it's not going to be an issue for you.
It's like I can't go talk about interest rates at a bank or something like that, but any taxi, any restaurant, any just regular talk, I'm fine with that. I probably know 5,000 words and I can put sentences together and do all that.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can barely do that in English. I don't try to do it too much in other languages. Yeah,
and so,
but
my money's gonna go a lot farther, and I'm not gonna live in a touristy place. I'm gonna, I'll get a place and a wife and something.
Yeah, where our house is in the Philippines is it's part of the city, but we're in the outskirts of the city. We have land around us that we can see, and there are houses fairly close and so forth. But it's a big.
Do you have people that's like caretakers that stay there and take care of the place when you're there?
Yeah, you have to, because if you don't, they'll rob it. People will break into it and steal stuff, or people will move right into it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I mean, it's for the entire family. So her brothers and sisters and everybody goes there. And I think her brother is staying there right now in his family, but because he never left the Philippines, he's still there. I think that nobody's been there since 4 years ago when we were there, or maybe 4 or 5 years ago that we were there is the last time anybody had been there. I think one of her sisters, Pamela, went once, but I don't even think she stayed at the house. I think she went to a friend's house and stayed there. But I keep saying, we got to sell the house. And I'm like, no, that my father bought that when he was in Saudi Arabia working in the oil well. I'm like, oh my God.
I went to Walmart today here, and that was a mess. But besides that part, when I finally got up to the cashier and stuff and talking with her, and then I saw her name was Somdee, Somdee, and she had a little Southeast Asian nose and stuff on her. So
yeah,
and so I said, "Is your name Thai?" And she's like, "Yeah." And so I started talking Thai to her. Well, first I said hello, Swadee Kop, and then she's like, "How do you know that?" And then I said a few other things, and she's like, "Oh, I haven't been there in 30 years." And she was like 32 years old, so she lived there when she was 2, so she doesn't really know it.
Oh my God! There's one thing about people, and in Asia, that you can't get people to get, and that's the sir. They're always so polite, and they're always sir. I finally got her to say my name now, but now instead of just Sir, it's Sir Brian.
Sir Brian. Sir
Girls,
Brian Poe.
drop the Sir. Just use the Brian. Because I'm her elder, it's
Yeah,
they're responsible to
yeah.
show
They used
respect.
to say, Poe for respect for someone older than you.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Oppo,
inside, cop every time. Every sentence has to end with that.
Well, that's why I'm surprised she's not, referring to me as Poe or Oppo or. Then I'd really be. I said to her the other day, I said, "My God, I'm not old enough. You're trying to make me older. You're putting the sir in front of." But it's their way. I mean, it's the way they
Yeah,
always show,
yeah. It's built
respect.
in their language and everything and their culture.
Oh yeah, I mean, if I can remember when well, even still now, if my daughter, if she meets somebody with her mother, and she doesn't refer to them as sir, whatever, my wife would
Mm.
get upset at her, and you have to, yeah, that's okay. And I'll bet you also knows is blessing. You take the hand and you against your forehead.
Mhm.
My daughter does that. Like if she meet somebody older, she'll take their hand and put it to her forehead like that. That's how they bless someone.
Yeah.
She will leave because she has to go cook some lunch.
Cook some
Well,
lunch.
yeah, they're opposite time, remember?
Yeah,
So
they're
it's
about
after midnight,
one.
almost
They're
one
about
o'clock.
1 p.m. or something. There.
I know, and here we are, almost 1 o'clock in the morning. What time zone are you on? I forgot.
I don't know. It's
Yes, you're.
9:40. It's 9:43 in California. They're
Yeah,
like
so
14 hours ahead, but every time we change an hour time back and forth,
yeah,
then I lose track. But it's always either 13 or 14 hours ahead.
yeah. They're
For
usually
time.
11 or 12 hours ahead of Eastern
Yeah.
time. Oh, I gotta get up. My legs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I gotta
I'm
do
better as far as
something.
my breathing. As far as my breathing and that stuff, I'm not using oxygen much. But with me, my legs are going fast. Like I'm only able to sit on the floor here and talk on the computer for an hour and a half. Like I said, an hour and a half is about my max, and then my legs start to get nerve pain because that's what it is. Is I have nerve pain in my legs all the time,
Um,
and when I sit on the floor, if oh my god, if I sit on the couch 30 minutes, I'm dead. I mean, because the softness of the couch bothers me worse than a hard floor, than a cushion on a hard floor. So,
yeah.
so I'm at that hour and a half. I'm at that telltale sign where anybody wants to. So I'm going to put this is Jocelyn's email. If you'd like to send her a little donation um, to help her out, she's like I say, she's buying cement blocks. I'm talking to everybody. If she's buying cement blocks to try to build her home, she's going to start on it tomorrow. So if you've got a few bucks and you'd like to throw her a few bucks, feel free to do so. She would so much appreciate it and so forth. Um,
Did you
hopefully,
spell that right? 'Cause you put P Roslyn86 at Gmail. Is that
yeah,
right?
P. Rose Lynn.
Okay.
Yeah, her name's Rose Lynn. In the
Mm.
86, I'm assuming is the issue is something.
That's when she was born.
Well, she's 28 now, so yeah, I guess that'd be about right. Yeah, that'd be about right. 28 years old. So yeah, if anyone wants to give her a few bucks. I mean, you don't have to give her a big, give her 10, $20, 20, $30. I mean, you'd be amazed at what she can do with $30, $20, whatever you want. I mean, I'm not saying you have to, but anything you can do would be amazing.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's 1:43 there, and she just cooked some dried fish.
I will cook dried fish I bought. It's 30 pesos. Now, 30 pesos is about
What, 60
60
cents?
cents because
Yeah.
of, it's 56 pesos equals $1. 56
Yep.
pesos equals $1. So see that for $1, she's going to be able to have fish to put with her rice for a
Yep.
meal. So that's what I say. If you think $10-$20 isn't gonna do much for her, you would be amazed how much $10 or $20 that would buy her enough fish for a week.
Yep.
That would go toward buying her another sack of rice, which is their every day. Every meal they have rice. Who knows how many blocks? Who knows? Or how many? At $6 a day, she could do what, 3 or 4 days of hiring somebody to carry blocks or do something like that. So, $20 is a lot of money to them, not to us, but it is to them. So
Yep.
go check out her. If you use this, you can get her Facebook, her YouTube. Let me see if I've got it right here. If I do, I'll throw it right up there quickly.
Do you have it? I could post it up there again.
This is her YouTube page. Do me a favor, everybody, go over and check out her YouTube page and subscribe to it. Make sure that you hit the bells for all so you get notifications. She's going to go live tomorrow. So check out her live tomorrow. I don't know what time that's going to be, but I caught her at 7:00. Yeah, 7:30 last night, I think it was. So it might be around that time, 7:30 Eastern. Maybe she'll do a later one for us older people who are up late nights, can't sleep. But okay, everybody. Thank
Thanks
you
for
for
having
being
me
here.
up.
Hey, you're always welcome on my panel. Everybody, anybody who can get the link can get up on the page. I mean, if you're able to get into the chat, you might as well come up on and at least come up and say hi. You don't have to stay up here a long time. Just come up and say hi and what you're up to and stuff like that. And if you want to leave, go for it. At least come up and say hi so everybody gets a chance to meet you. Love y'all in the chat. I appreciate you all being here. Crazy Frenchman, even you. That was a joke. We had a visit by AFA, Accountability for All. He just hit 100,000 subscribers. So get a chance, run over there and watch one of his videos. He's got new videos up all the time. And his fiance, Banana Anna, is that right? I think it's Banana Anna. She's at right around 5,000, give or take, subscribers. Go check out her page and so forth. And everybody, love y'all. Appreciate it. It was good to have you in here. I know I don't go live very often, so that's why you guys don't see me very often. But I appreciate it and see you all later. Bye-bye.